Enough is enough. Brexiteers at loggerheads with EU as Bloc Tacitly hatches plot to rule the Roost. Furious Brexiteers have slammed the EU after it was accused of launching Operation Creep to try and reassert control of the UK. Hundreds of readers commented on claims that despite voting to leave the bloc, the UK may not be as free as many people thought. Wellingborough MP Peter Bone said plans to create an EU-UK Parliamentary Assembly risked once again giving EU politicians a say over Britain. Comprised of 35 MPs and 35 MEPs, the new assembly will have influence over the implementation of the Brexit trade deal. News of the assembly was quickly slammed by many. Demon Storm wrote, "Michael Bone, right as always, he should be another contender for PM." Account Sam Marie Howie said, "Obviously the majority of MPs are Remain voters who don't care what the country voted for. They have an agenda to keep us shackled to the EU. This talking shop should never get off of the ground." And a user called Anthony raged, "Pull the plug on Monday, or Sunday midnight. The sooner this wishy-washy government bites the bullet, the sooner this performance will gradually sort itself out. No pain no gain." Parliament voted for the Assembly in December while the EU Parliament approved its creation in October. In a further blow to Brexiteers, it will likely include a number of Remain supporters and will make recommendations on how to improve trade ties between Britain and the EU. Mr. Bone said, "It's letting the EU in through the back door. It's absolutely Operation Creep. If it's intended to talk about our future relationship with the EU, given half of the members will be from the European Union and the other half from the British Parliament on a cross-party basis, there will be a permanent majority on there in favour of the EU. One of the reasons we voted to get out was because we didn't want MEPs commenting on how we run our country. On the other hand, exiting the bloc has left Britain poorer, but also in some ways less polarised." New post-Brexit customs rules for goods arriving from the EU to the UK took effect yesterday, and a leading food industry body has warned that the new border controls could lead to food shortages. Beginning yesterday, importers must make a full customs declaration on goods entering the UK from the EU or other countries. Businesses are no longer allowed to delay completing full import customs declarations for up to 175 days, a measure that was introduced to cope with the disruption of Brexit. The British Frozen Food Federation this week said that the new restrictions on animal and plant products from the EU could result in major delays at ports in the new year, because some in the supply chain, especially logistics companies on the EU side, might not be prepared for the changes. "We are concerned that not enough planning has been done to ensure the new requirements are understood by everyone in the food supply chain," Federation Chief Executive Richard Harrow said. "With only days to go before the new rules, we remain concerned that January could be a fraught month for our members," he said. The new measures require businesses to complete the correct paperwork at least 4 hours before goods can arrive at UK borders, or they risk being turned back at the border. Animal and plant-based products must also have statement of origin certificates. While drivers must declare their goods and origin certificates, checks are expected to be minimal until the rules ramp up in July, when much stricter checks are expected to come into force. The UK imports 5 times the amount of food it exports to the EU. The Cold Chain Federation said specialty food imports could face the same 70% decline that affected exports of food by small businesses last year, after Britain quit the EU Single Market and Customs Union. The big casualty of these trade barriers is the business that needs to import small and frequent quantities across borders, a pallet load of specialty cheeses or boxes of onion powder. This is the sort of trade that is going to suffer. Business groups have called on the British government to soften its stance in negotiations with the EU to prevent a collapse in trade with the 27-member bloc.